Hey everyone, so the Lyriads are peaking. If you don't know about the Lyriads, they're a meteor shower that is right by the constellation that is based on the lyre of Orpheus. Now, if you don't know about Orpheus, really cute Greek love story, happy endings all around. But the reason why this is so amazing is because, much like many other astronomical events, this one is excellent for all sorts of crazy tarot readings and getting a lot more deeper information on some things. In this case, as far as things in love, art, beauty, inspiration. So if you are a crafty little devil, and I don't necessarily mean in the artsy sense, I mean if you're a crafty little devil in any sense where you love to make things happen, stay tuned for your sun, rising, and your moon sign, because all three of those readings that I'll be doing will definitely help you get that much further in your goals and make you that much more aligned with your life. So without any further ado, let's jump in. All right, so whether Aries is your sun, your moon, or your rising, this is for you. As far as the old layer that you need to let go of to have all of your new manifestations happen, we've got the upright death card. So it looks like quite literally you're already at the threshold of a new chapter. There's nothing you need to let go other than the fear of stepping through that door. Now, as far as your manifestations, the seed to start planning to grow and really become more aligned with your life. Perceptions. It's time to start accepting that sometimes someone else's opinion might be exactly what you need to hear, even if it's something that you don't want to hear. So definitely start planting that seed to try and be a little more open-minded to other people's ideas and views, even if they're uncomfortable. As far as your love life, an emotional need or a connection that will be seen soon is comfort. You're finally in a good spot. You actually know what you need, where you need to go with it, and more importantly, it's really there. It's a thing. You can finally relax. Air high five to you, my darling. Now, you also have an inspiration or an aha moment coming your way, and it definitely has to deal with a lesson that you almost learned or very recently forgot to keep in mind, because it's going to resurface and it's finally going to make full sense. And this is going to be a big lesson. This is going to be a life-changing type thing. So definitely keep your eyes open for that moment where it's like, holy crap, that finally falls into place and finally is clicking in the brain. Now, the thing that you need to release to win. We have a sideways tower here. So, while you may love to shake things up and make things a little chaotic now and again, and I don't judge, I fully understand it, it's time to kind of release that need and sometimes just let things happen the way they're supposed to and be shaken when the universe says that they need to. Stop taking the reins on everything. But my dear Aries friends, whether that's your sun, moon, or rising, if this helped you out at all, please leave a like and don't forget to share with your other Aries friends. All right, my Taurus people, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, here's what the Lyriads have for you. As far as the layer that needs to be let go of, I love the fact that you are always trying to find the balance in a situation, but sometimes you can't make the scales balance and they need to be left alone. All right? I fully understand that you want to try and make things work out as beautifully and fairly as possible, but it's time to let that go. As far as what you need to work on manifesting to get the most out of these Lyriads, if you've been trying to get a business up and going or trying to get a new job, whatever it is, it's time to release some of that mindset of you'll never get anywhere and start planting the seed for growth, all right? Just because things look crappy now does not mean that you can't use this energy to make it go amazing. In your love life, an emotional need or something in your current connection that is going to be seen is new creative ideas. You're going to find a better way to connect that really aligns better with you. And more importantly, you're going to have way more fun with. You're going to find some creative blocks being broken and also new ways to communicate. Love this for you. As far as your aha moment, that thing that's coming with these Lyriads, you're going to see why the connection with, this could be either your romantic partner or your ride or die best friend, why things have been going wonky donkey and just way out of whack and out of sync. You're going to finally have that clicking moment of, I finally get it. This is where the kink is at. Let's iron that sucker out. And what you need to release to get those manifestations really going is the idea that there's never a good choice for you. Get out of that mindset. Release that mindset so that you can see that while the choices aren't ideal, they aren't necessarily awful. Sometimes the glitter is actually in the details. Taurus friends, if this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you're looking ready for those Lyriads, definitely comment Lyriads. For my Geminis, whether this is your sun, moon, or rising, my goodness, you little chatterboxes, when it comes to these Lyriads, you best be taking notes because we got a lot of information. As far as the old layer to let go of so that you can move forward, it's time to actively start releasing some things that you know are holding you back. Whether this is an addiction to chocolate, a harsher addiction, I don't judge, or a personal connection that you know is overdue on letting go of. You know what's holding you back. You know it's actively not good for you. This is your moment to start letting it go. And your seed to begin manifesting is your ultimate partnership, the true best friend or business partner, that true connection that you need as far as someone who's going to not only give you a great time, but hold you accountable when you need it. That person that you know that you'll be able to respect enough to see as your equal in all things. Not necessarily a romantic partner, but definitely someone who is going to be there. The emotional truth need or connection that's going to be coming up a lot more clearly is that you are appreciated, that you are well loved, that quite literally you are the guy that people look up to for comfort and advice. They think you're beautiful, and you're finally going to see it too. Your aha moment that's coming, I actually really love for you guys. You're going to have this moment of just pure logical clarity on what's keeping you from really getting deeper into your emotions and your spirituality. You're just going to have this moment where the puzzle finally makes sense. And instead of almost hitting those relationship goals, almost hitting those spirituality goals, you're finally going to hit them. And last but not least, what you need to surrender, the mindset that you need to release to really win, is this guy right here. I know that King of Coins looks great, but in this case, you need to actually look and see, how are you really managing things? Are they really as good as you think they are? Or is it time to kind of revamp the plan? If this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you know any Gemini friends who might need this advice too, do not be afraid to share it. Alright, Cancer cuties, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, this one's for you. As far as the old layer to let go of, I typically don't say this, but apparently it needs said. While I will never ever tell you to never celebrate yourself, I will say that maybe you might want to rein it in just a little bit. Yes, you are fabulous, but are you really to the degree that you've been celebrating every single stinking little win? Or are you just finding ways to keep from going for those harder goals? Your seed to begin manifesting is trying to find that team. Now, whether this is at work or with a personal project, it's time to start looking for people to help with that. Start really connecting with people to help you achieve those goals, not just on a surface level, but really build a team. If you worked in any kind of a group when you were in school, or maybe you were part of a sports team, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to that team mindset. You need to work together to make things grow. And whatever it is you're working on, you can't do it alone. It's time to find that tribe. As far as an emotional need or something in your current connection that's going to be seen, it definitely looks like, while I fully understand the need to celebrate every little thing, it looks like maybe you should start asking yourself, why is your confidence crappy? Is it because of your partner? Are they just not appreciating you enough? Or are you just that worried that someone will see that you're not nearly as secure as you want to put out? As far as your aha moment, it's time to see that you are finally free. Whatever this is from, whether it's an alcohol problem, whether it is a bad connection with someone, whatever that may be, you are free from it, and it is time to finally let go of the mental ties still holding you there. And last but not least, what you need to surrender to actually get these manifestations going. The universe has been trying like hell to start shaking your life up to get rid of the things that are no longer serving you. Stop fighting it. Let it happen. Yes, it will be messy. Yes, it will be gross. Yes, it will look like a mess before it's beautiful. But you need it. If this reading helped you at all, please leave a like. I'm not trying to bash you. I'm just trying to help you. Alright, little Leos, here's what the Lyriads have for you. Whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. What you need to let go of, forgive me, but it came up, guys. You need to release how you know the truth about the details, all right? Sometimes you don't know the truth, and more often than not, there's more underneath what you think you're seeing than what you're letting yourself see. It's time to get rid of those shadows, those delusions about some situations, and see them as they really are. Now, what you need to manifest to begin alignment is, we got a sideways 5 of Wands. You know that there will always be internal and external conflict and miscommunications. You need to start finally finding the balance between what is really an issue, what really is a miscommunication, and what is just you being stubborn and can't help yourself. I'm a rising Leo, so I fully understand and accept that this is an issue with us. No judgment, guys. As far as the emotional need or in your current connection that you'll be seeing, is we've got a Page of Wands. So you're going to be finding new opportunities to really shine in your relationship, and you're really going to be able to finally see that the only thing that you really need is to have someone that you can really verbally connect with, someone you can vibe with, someone who's going to show you that you can be yourself without a mask. And if you already have that, you're finally going to really see just how much freedom you truly have. As far as your aha moment, my Leos, I love this for you. You're finally going to find the path, what you need to do, what you need to work on to find material comfort. You're finally going to have that moment where you've been busting your butt trying to get to that material comfort. You're finally going to see it. But how are you going to make sure that all this happens? We got to stop taking shortcuts. We got to stop stepping on toes to get ahead, guys. I get it. it does make things easier, but at the same time, we're not making friends. So, as a whole, my fellow Leos, again, like I said, mine is a rising. I'm right there with you. Let's stop this so this can become fabulous. All right, my beautiful Virgos, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, this is what the Lyriads have for you. As far as the old layer to just shuck off and is keeping you from growth, you know that you need to start healing. It's finally time to start letting go of all of that emotional trauma. You know that you've been overdue on starting that healing process. You know how to get the steps rolling. It's time to finally start doing it. And it looks like it's very, very closely tied to your ideas of family. The seed to begin manifestation for this Lyriads period is get rid of the toxic ideas that you have of family, the toxic crap of how connections are supposed to be, and start planting the seeds of letting yourself not only have healthy, good familial connections, but see them when they are actually toxic and when they're actually healthy. The emotional need or connection to be seen that you'll be finding during this time is you have a Knight of Swords in your life. Now, I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman, but this is someone that you can depend on, someone that always has a plan on getting out of a fix without anyone getting hurt and everyone being able to compromise. You have this person in your life. They've been there the whole time. You just finally need to start leaning on them and trusting them to help you. Your aha moment is where your debts truly lie. And I don't necessarily mean like credit card debt or anything like that. I mean, this could be materialistic debt, karmic debt, whatever it is. You're going to see where those debts are that you need to pay to be able to finally find that alignment in your life and start being able to work on it. And the mindset to release, forgive me, Virgos, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I've got plenty of you guys that are near and dear in my life, but you need to stop the victim mentality. You know how to communicate. You just think that you're always saying the wrong thing or think that you're the only one with the correct opinion. Knock it off. It is time to realize that sometimes it's best to shut up and listen. And I mean that in the absolute best way possible, my Virgos. But if this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you'd like a more in-depth reading, because I know that you Virgos can get rather interesting, definitely feel free to use the link in the body and we'll get you hooked up. All right, my lovely Libras, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, this is what the Lyriads have for you. Now, the old layer that you guys need to let go of is you have been in a consistent and constant disagreement with someone for way too stinking long. It is time to either start to agree to disagree, even if it's just a one-sided being you, or just ask yourself, how long do I really want to keep letting this bother me and be an issue? If I were you, it's time to bury the hatchet, not necessarily in them, but address this and finally let that conflict be buried or resolved. Now, what seed do you need to manifest to begin growing for more improved alignment with yourself? Seeing the truth. Typically, I'm sure that you have beautiful, clear sight in every situation. But I want to take a shot in the dark and say that when it comes to you and your personal relationships, you may or may not have an issue with shadows blurring the lines. Start putting in the idea that you will see things personal and impersonal as clear as day. Now, your emotional need or a connection that's going to be seen a lot more clearly is your family, your close ties. these are the people that are always crazy supportive of you. You're going to see that you do have these connections, that these people are there. You're just afraid to lean on them. You're afraid to let them too close, even though they've been there the whole time. Your aha moment is you're going to see how you've been blocking yourself from your new opportunities. And I imagine a lot of it has to do with seeing things clearly, especially with your personal relationships, and seeing that while they might not be blood, you have a family. That aha moment is finally going to help you open doors. And last but not least, but the mindset that you need to release in order to make sure that these things happen is your personal ideas of new relationships and how they're supposed to happen, along with spiritual awakenings. Sometimes how we think these things are supposed to go and how we think they're supposed to happen are far from how they actually will for ourselves. Every experience is different. Be open to the new ones. If this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you're ready for this Lyriad energy to start working in your life, be sure to comment Lyriads. Alright, my Scorpios, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, much like a couple of our other guys, take notes, because this is gonna be a lot. The thing to let go of first, though, is quite literally your idea of what happily ever after is supposed to look like. And more importantly, what you think it's all supposed to be about. I'm sorry, but it is time to release those mindsets and let that old layer go, especially if you're still pining over an old relationship, because that template was not the one for you. As far as the seed to plant for your manifestations to begin growth, is thinking that you don't have options. Just because you don't like what the universe is serving you doesn't mean that you have to pick what's in front of you. You can choose to not pick anything. Start letting yourself have the option not to choose, to delay a choice, because you don't always have to make that decision right now. Now, the truth about an emotional need or a connection that you're in right now, I'm heavily leaning towards a connection you have right now. You're going to see that while things are good, they're not necessarily fabulous, and a lot of that has to deal with how you're nurturing each other and yourselves at the same time. Are you really building each other up, or are you just going through the motions? Or worse, with both of these being sideways, are you guys just in that complacent spot where you're not really hurting each other, you're just more or less going through the motions? Or are you guys actively attacking each other, and the highs and high are high and the lows are low? You're really going to see the clarity in that, and hopefully how to start tweaking it back to a more healthy state. And speaking of aha moments, yours is actually going to be with your materialistic opportunities. You're going to finally see what's blocking you, and a lot of that is, how are you portraying yourself? Are you showing confidence? Are you celebrating your wins? Are you showing just how fabulous you really are in a field that you are trying beyond all reason to look amazing in? You're finally going to see where you're tripping yourself, and more importantly, how to turn this into a I'm dancing, which will in turn lead this into opportunities galore. Now, how are we going to make all this happen? Well, you remember how I said that that wasn't the template for you? This is why right here, okay? Sorry, my notes are everywhere on making sure that I stay on top of my day, but what you need to release to actually make all these things happen is that, yes, it sucked, but you need to stop staying there, okay? Whether this was a breakup or whatever happened, that you are sticking with this emotional turmoil, it's time to let it go and heal. So, my Scorpios, if this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you know another Scorpio that could use all this information, whether it's their sun, their moon, or their rising, share it with them. Let's all win. All right, my Sagittariuses, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, we've got some information for you, my darlings. So as far as the old layer to let go of, while I love the fact that you always have, or at least always try to have a fairly logical plan, I am sorry, but you are not always really thinking logically. Sometimes you're thinking a little wonkadonkles. It's time to accept that sometimes you won't have a plan, and sometimes that plan just ain't gonna work. As far as the seed to plant and begin manifestation on is quite literally that yes, you can own a room. Yes, you can communicate with others beautifully. And more importantly, you're gorgeous. You are amazing. You're not quite the crazy soccer mom, but you are just as freaking fabulous. It's time to start working on some of those confidence issues. Now, the truth about an emotional need or connection that you have right now is it looks like success isn't necessarily in that happy ending. Quite literally, that's got me a little stumped as far as how that would apply to you. But it looks like maybe you're putting just a little too much into the idea that your happily ever after with someone is the key to your success. It's not. The key to your success and abundance is you. As far as your aha moment, I have a feeling that it's got a lot to do with your confidence troubles and your idea that happily ever after is the end goal, because it looks like you're going to finally see where you've been dragging your feet on some necessary endings and finally getting them done. And also, more importantly, closing some doors that you know it's time. And last but not least, but the mindset to release to make all this stuff happen, while balance with your work and personal life, family and everything else, it is possible, but it's not the ultimate goal, okay? Sometimes you just gotta go with the crazy. If this reading helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you're ready to claim this energy, comment Lyriads. Alright, Capricorns, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, let's see what they have to tell you. As far as the old layer to let go of, your introspection. I will never tell you to stop with it. I will always tell you, always make sure that you are looking inside for your answers and make sure you're listening to those spirit guides. But it is time to stop doing so much living inside your head and start living out in the world. As far as the seed to plant to start your manifestations, we have a 7 of Swords. So you know all those times where you knew you should have made a move, you knew you should have made a difference, you knew things were not fully kosher, and you knew that there was something that you could have done about it. It's time to start planting the seed to have the motivation and the strength to do so. You've had too many things go on that you knew that you could have avoided from getting screwed over, but you chose to be nice. I'm not saying stop being nice, I'm just saying time to start taking care of the junk in your life that you know is not right. As far as connections that should be seen or emotional needs that should be addressed, we have a bit of an issue going on here with some of your best friends. They seem fabulous. They seem wonderful. They seem like they've got it together. They don't. There are some friends in your life right now that you definitely need to make sure that you are having a discussion with. As far as your aha moment, that thing that is going to finally make sense to you after so stinking long, it's how to have that perfect relationship, how to finally achieve those goals with your personal relationships and your relationship on a spiritual level with your creator. Something's going to finally click in your brain, and it's all finally going to come together on how to make those connections happen and make them healthy and sustainable. But how do we make all of this happen? I'm sorry to be that guy, but you know how you try and keep your emotions on a shelf? You try to make sure that they stay very far away from you, and you only use them whenever you feel like they'll be to your advantage. It's time to knock that crap off. It's finally time to start having a healthy relationship with yourself, your emotions, and your spirit guides. If this helped you out at all, please leave a like. And if you're ready to claim that Lyriad energy, again, whether you're a sun, moon, or rising Capricorn, comment Lyriads. Now's the time. Oh, my dear Aquariuses, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, buckle up and take some notes. These Lyriads have a full-blown storybook for you as far as information and things coming your way. As far as the thing to let go of so that these things can happen, that layer of you that needs to be burned away. I get that, it's going to sound crazy, but you need to stop being so comfortable in your memories of when things sucked, because it wasn't necessarily better, but it was what you knew, it was what you were comfortable with, even with the discomfort. It was your routine. Yeah, it was a routine, but it was an uncomfortable routine. And while you're living in the past, your present and your future is flying by. So those memories of when things were not so great, that you kind of wish you were back to because you knew what was happening, you knew what was going on, throw them out the window. They're not doing you any good. But what you need to plant, the thoughts that you need to plant to start manifesting a more aligned future, we have a 9 and 8 of coins. So this is telling me there is a full-blown trajectory right here that is all about you winning. But you need to learn a few more skills because you're almost at those goals. These new skills will help you get that much closer to your perfection of life and material goals. Get that education. Get that extra knowledge. Get that extra skill. You're almost there. As far as the connection or emotional need that you need to see a lot more clearly, and you will. This little bugger right here, this delightful person has been using the crap out of you to make themselves feel better. They drag you down to build them up in the most, I will grant, it is amazing on how skillful they are that they're doing this without you even seeing it. But you know exactly who I'm talking about. This is the person that you strive to look amazing for, and you strive to help them feel better about themselves, but in reality, you're just burning energy for someone that's just eating it like it's a hotcake. Let them go, call them out, and more importantly, stop letting them drag you down. You are amazing. As far as that inspiration for your aha moment, I want to say this is definitely going to be dealing with your family and those that aren't necessarily blood related, but they are part of your support system. You're going to see what's been causing so much imbalance and causing so much static energy. Things have not been great for a long time between you and these people, and just all across the board, no one is getting along. It's finally going to make sense on what happened and maybe even how to fix it. But how to make all of this happen, my darling, it's time to take action. You need to release the idea that it will all work itself out. It's not gonna. You need to get up and move. It is time to shake off all of the cobwebs from living in that past and start living in your present and your future. Aquarius, if this helped you out at all, again, this is whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising, please leave a like. And if you're ready to claim this energy, comment Lyriads. I got you. Pisces, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, let's see what the Lyriads have to tell you and what kind of energy you're definitely going to be working with in order to become your most aligned self. To start off with, we're going to be looking at what old layer of yourself needs to go. And that is how you seem to think that you're done growing. There's no more changes for you coming. That life is going to stay exactly the same. As done as you may think you are far from it. We are always growing. We are always changing. Now, the seed to plant to begin your manifestations for, honestly, just an all-around more aligned you. Quite honestly, I fully understand you love to just keep your nose to the grindstone. Keep on making those successes happen and keep them consistent with crazy long breaks in between. But the thing is that's why you keep on having so many steps and so far to go every stinking time. Remember, just because the winds are there does not mean that the work stops. Quite literally, the problem is while the work is continuous, you need to find the balance between the celebration and the effort. The emotional need or connection that's going to be coming up that you're going to be seeing a lot more clearly, it looks like there's someone in your life, or possibly even you, that keeps on blocking themselves from amazing opportunities, either in education, career, amazing side projects, whatever this may be. They keep on blocking themselves. They keep on letting opportunities go. And honestly, you're not the one to fix it if it's someone else. If it's a partner, a best friend, a sibling, you're not going to fix it. If it's you, and you're the one that keeps on blocking yourself from opportunities that could help you so much in realizing where your true joy and passion is, you may want to take a deeper look at that, because your aha moment is going to be those necessary endings in your life that just need to stop. You're going to be finally cleaning house and knowing where those evil little metaphorical dust bunnies are hiding at. So when that win happens, that aha moment happens, run with it. Do not hesitate. And how to make all of this happen to have a more aligned self? You already know where all that sneaky crap is hiding at. You already know exactly what is tripping you up. Start on it today. Make it your first priority tomorrow morning, whatever the case may be. You know where the trouble is really lying at. It's time to handle it. If this reading helped you at all, please leave a like. And if you'd like a more in-depth reading to help you get rolling on this ball, use the link in the body or the bio. I know that was a crazy amount of information, guys. And trust me, I don't blame you if you need to go back a couple times. Take some notes. Watch it all happen. And definitely come back and let me know how it goes, because I love hearing the stories. And also, by the way, sincere apologies for all the noises during those readings. Trying to find a good place to record is sometimes interesting, especially when it seems like everything was trying to throw a monkey wrench in my plan on getting this reading to you guys. Up to and including finding out that I can't play the single card meteor shower game that I mentioned in my last live. Definitely make sure to check it out, because it's super fun on how that single card for the meteor shower will work on a personal level. But I'm still hoping to still get the rain gods to work with me so I can watch it. But good, bad, or indifferent, have a fabulous evening. Make sure, if you can, watch that meteor shower tonight, just because it is beautiful. And while meteor shower energy is crazy, erratic, and all kinds of wonky, it still helps. It's still going to make a difference in your life. And if any of you would like a deeper reading on a more personal level, see how the Lyriads are going to work with you, definitely use the link either in the body or in the bio, and we'll get you hooked up. I will see all of you later.